Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, tweeted, "Tesla is to protect life on Earth, SpaceX is to extend life beyond." Welcome to Tech Heaven, and in this video we'll see how Tesla is set to protect life on Earth. Curious to know? Let's find out. That question, can Tesla save the Earth, is a shortened version of the question, what impact can Tesla cars and electric vehicles in general have in our war against climate change? It's a war because we can either win and survive or lose and perish, and losing is unthinkable, so we must do everything we can to live more responsibly and sustainably. We either change voluntarily in the hope of a better outcome, or we are forced to change in the most drastic, cataclysmic and unpleasant way possible. We have a choice. Elon spoke extensively about the goals of both of these companies, emphasizing the importance of protecting life on Earth. Elon stressed the importance of protecting all living things on Earth, including humans. One of the most common misconceptions about Elon Musk is that he wishes to leave Earth and its problems behind. This is not correct. He wants to take humanity to Mars, but not to escape problems on Earth. It's to address another issue that many people overlook, keeping the light of consciousness alive. But what exactly did the light of consciousness mean to him? To different people, it can mean a variety of things. Elon stated, "To the best of my ability, we are aware of only one conscious life on Earth. Conscious in the sense that it believes it has self-awareness. I mean, I think, therefore I am," or whatever Descartes said. We've never found microbial life in the rest of the solar system, but it's possible that we'll find microbial life or even sea life beneath Europa's ice. That's an intriguing open question, but so far we've seen no signs of life, not even microbial, outside of Earth. And as best as science can tell, Earth is about 4.5 billion years old, according to geological records. The universe is estimated to be 13.8 billion years old. This suggests that if the universe is this old, if the solar system is this old, it's odd that only now, very recently, has life evolved that can talk, write, and communicate ideas in a sophisticated way. Elon also discussed how resources should be used to solve Earth's problems while also allowing humanity to become multiplanetary. I believe we have a responsibility to protect the rest of the creatures on Earth as well. I believe we should do so, and I believe a reasonable approach would be to devote 1% of our resources to environmental issues. However, I believe that 1% of resources should be spent on making life multiplanetary and ensuring the long-term survival of consciousness and life as we know it. That is my proposal to the people of Earth. Of course, we still need to ensure that everything on Earth is in order. Of course, it's not like we're going to abandon Earth. People sometimes ask, are you just going to let Earth go to hell? I'm like, no, we need to do everything we can to make Earth a better place. Tesla's goal is to help ensure a good future for Earth, and SpaceX's goal is to make life multiplanetary and ensure consciousness long-term survival. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, the average person may regard Tesla as a luxury car manufacturer. In reality, it's more complicated than that. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the transition to sustainability, and it is already doing a good job of it. However, this does not imply that the work is finished. So far, Tesla and electric vehicles have saved at least 120,000 lives from pollution, at a bare minimum. Not a Tesla app first reported on the findings of a study that mirrored these statistics. We'll get into that research in a minute. According to the article, a high rate of EV adoption isn't just good for the environment, it improves our future generations' chances of survival. According to the study, which was published in Nature Communications in 2021, adding 4,434 metric tons of carbon dioxide in 2020 was equivalent of the lifetime emissions of 3.5 Americans. Those 4,434 metric tons of CO2 could also result in one additional death globally between 2020 and 2100. The article mentioned Tesla's most recent impact report. A typical passenger car emits approximately 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency. According to Tesla's impact report, its global fleet of vehicles, energy storage, and solar panels avoided 8.4 million metric tons of CO2 emissions in 2021. According to Tesla's impact report and the Nature Communications study, switching from internal combustion engine vehicles to EVs can save approximately 40 metric tons of carbon over the course of a lifetime. Not a Tesla app claims that because every 4,000 metric tons of carbon emissions is expected to result in an extra death, approximately 20,000 lives have been saved as a result. When we consider the 10 million electric vehicles sold by other manufacturers, the number of lives saved rises to a staggering 120,000. The study, titled The Mortality Cost of Carbon, was published in Nature Communications in 2021. It used integrated assessment models which discovered that the social cost of carbon, optimal climate policy, and human mortality impacts are limited and have not been updated to reflect the most recent scientific understanding. To address this issue, the researchers expanded the DICE 2016 integrated assessments model to include the effects of temperature on mortality. Adding 4,434 metric tons of CO2 in 2020, equivalent to the lifetime emissions of 3.5 average Americans, causes one extra death globally between 2020 and 2100. However, we should all do everything we can to avoid disaster, and if you must drive a car, an electric vehicle is a much better option. Transitioning to all-electric transportation is both desirable and unavoidable, but it is only one of several steps that must be taken. We also require 100% renewable energy and the closure of the fossil fuel industry as soon as possible after today. Then we must halt deforestation and plant as many trees as possible to absorb the excess CO2. People frequently try to convince themselves that electric vehicles are not a solution, that they have a high carbon footprint in production, and that using them simply shifts carbon from the tailpipe to the smokestack at the power plant. Many studies have shown that an EV is always a cleaner option than a car with an internal combustion engine. This is due to the fact that a power plant is far more efficient than a small gas diesel engine in a car, and electric motors are 3 times as efficient as fossil engines in converting energy to forward movement. The emissions from a power plant are more manageable than those from thousands of private automobiles. According to one study, the 2020 carbon mortal cost is the number of expected temperature-related excess deaths worldwide from 2020 to 2100 caused by the emission of 1 additional metric ton of CO2 in 2020. Our central estimate, 2020 MCC, also implies that reducing 4,434 metric tons of CO2 in 2020 saves 1 life worldwide between 2020 and 2100. In total, 4,434 metric tons is the lifetime emissions of 3.5 average Americans, 146.2 Nigerians, and 12.8 average global citizens. Although Tesla and electric vehicles are saving lives in this regard, the study's findings show that the work is far from done. According to the study, reducing 1,276 metric tons of carbon dioxide in 2020, which is equivalent to an average American's lifetime emissions, would result in 0.29 fewer deaths between 2020 and 2100. All human activity has an environmental impact, but we can make choices that allow us to live a pleasant life while not destroying the environment on which we rely. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Do you believe Tesla will protect life on Earth? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.